The Shih Chung School, located in the heart of Georgetown, Penang, is often associated with the unfortunate atrocities that took place within its now crumbling walls. Some even consider it as a haunted building, but there's so much more to Shih Chung School: a colourful past, an eventful history, a faded landmark, and hopefully, although it doesn't look like it now, a bright future. We asked Gaik, the president of Penang Heritage Trust, to help us understand its past and guide us through its troublesome history.
When we see this old building, we always think that it is so run down, why don't you pull down? But you should imagine how it looked like when it was built. You know, it's just like you look at one old lady, but you should roll back and see when she was young. It must be very beautiful, right? Okay, so this building has very strong history, a lot of history related to the Chinese Revolution. I'm not sure if you are aware that Dr. Seng, the modern father of China, who overthrew Manchuria in China in 1911, he came to Penang before and in 1906. So when he came to Penang, actually he motivated a lot of people on the new ideology, and he recruited many followers. And one of the followers is Gaik and Dr. Consulate. Okay, so these two persons are the important person that's related to this building. But this building was built before 1894 because it's on the 1894 map. It was built by Jia Tek-sun and Jia Tek-sun's brother, these two. Okay, so Gaik happened to be the son-in-law of them. Okay, so then he married one of the daughters. So when Dr. Sun, so it was the first Chinese we call it 5-story, but actually in English it's 4 stories. The grandest, the tallest building in Georgetown in those days. So this is called Go Zhan Lao in Chinese, 5. So that's why the street next to it is called Go Zhan Lao, Chu Pi Ge, or Jia Tek-sun. We could imagine this was built in somewhere in 1880s until 1911. The son-in-law, Gaik, in order to support Dr. Sun Yat-sen, he persuaded the father-in-law to sell this house. And it was sold to raise money. So it was told to somebody, okay, and there's somebody is called Tae Ki-woon. He was the Chinese Consulate appointed by Manchuria. So he bought the house. But actually, he was also supporter of Sun Yat-sen. So you can imagine, he was appointed by Manchuria, but he supported Sun Yat-sen through his son. So after the revolution, the son became the Chinese Consulate of the modern China. So this became the Chinese residency. So you can see on the postcard, it was very grand. Chinese residency, the biggest building, the most glamorous building in town. Okay, and it was a representation of the Chinese, modern Chinese. Okay. Now, of course, there's a Chinese belief, the wealth doesn't pass down to more than 3 generations. So after the son became the Chinese Consulate, and then later on, you know, they move out. Okay, after they move out, I think the descendant also went to overseas to study, and nobody, you know, to care. But there was a will. The will of this Tae Ki-woon, the first guy that who bought over from Jia Tek-sun, he said that this house cannot be sold until the son of the last grandson passed away. Okay. So the properties has been frozen until 1980s. So in between, they rented and set up some school. So they rented to an English school. They started a girls' school, and the last one was a Shih Chung school, Shih Chung branch school. So then, the house was on sale in 1980s, and because the trustee, you know, they believed that, the grandson or grandchildren already passed away, but somebody came out and said, I'm the grandson of the mistress of so and so, and they went to court. So the court case was, I think, only completed in end of 1990 something or 2000, and it was because of this situation, no maintenance, you know, and then it was sold in the market. And in year 2001 to 2003, the person who bought over this building wanted to turn into columbarium. So we, PhD, try to save this building because to us this building is very important. That's why this building is next to the buffer zone of Georgetown World Heritage Site. It's protected. Nobody can pull down. Actually, they got the planning approval to pull down the building, but then we managed to stop the whole project. Okay, after the project was stopped, again they tried to find people to sell, and I heard that the last owner has bought over, and actually he submitted a restoration permit, planning permission, to restore this building. I don't know why it's not being restored.
You can't talk about the Shih Chung school without saying a few things about the building's reputation as a haunted building. Online, countless videos and articles only focus on this aspect of it. Yes, there is a dark historical moment behind this. During the Second World War, the building was under Japanese occupation and apparently the locals were executed on its premises. Hence people believe that the victims haunt within its walls even today. Legend has it that the roof structure has been removed to let these ghosts go. To add to its sinister credit, more recently, about a decade ago, a man of unsound mind jumped to his death from the top of the building.
In Chinese, we always believe if a house without residents for many years, there will be the place where the negative spirit will come in, ghosts will come in. That's our belief, right? We believe that the human being giving positive energy. When the positive energy is not in the house, then the negative energy, like ghosts, will come in, right? So, because of the will and the court case, the house has been like frozen and no restoration, no maintenance. And after the school moved out, they just let it rot down. Okay, I do not know the intention. Was it intention or not intention? Okay, but anyway, now this is in the Georgetown World Heritage Site. They can't pull down. If they pull down, they have to rebuild. Okay. So because of no maintenance, it became very rundown, especially after the school moved out. And then those people are creative, they will think that, especially no lightings at night. Then they will say, oh, it's a haunted house, So, and some people like to explore, oh, there are ghosts inside, they create their own stories and their imaginations. Yeah, so it becomes like the most haunted house in Penang. But we should link it back that, it was also the most beautiful, the most glamorous house, the most historical house in Georgetown Heritage Site. But in my dream, this place would be a very great place to be the Chinese Consulate to Penang, because it's very grand and it has big space, good car park, and they can build something behind. And it's because it has a very strong history tied to the past of the modern China.
And as always, we're open to discussion. Have we left anything out? Did we get something wrong? Do you know something we don't? Please leave a comment below. We would be happy to hear your opinion.